What's up guys, it's me boy SteveRandom here, and in today's video I'm doing the top 3 lavender fragrances. If you guys remember, a few weeks ago I believe I did the top 3 best apple fragrances, and today I'm doing lavender, of course. Personally, for me myself, I don't really like lavender in fragrances, but it happens to be that I have 3 lavender fragrances lying around that I think smell pretty good. Let's start off with number 3. Number 3 is Versace Dreamer. Now Versace Dreamer has this nice tobacco and lavender kind of mix. I believe though, to my nose, lavender kind of takes over and you have this slight bit of spicy kind of tobacco-y smell, but the lavender is the top note in my opinion, and it makes it smell like a rich soap in my opinion. Like it smells like a clean, rich soap, and with a little bit of, you know, like a hidden kind of, you know, darkness in there. And it is kind of a weird description to give for a fragrance. To my nose, it smells kind of clean at first, but then if you smell it more and more, you kind of smell this nice tobacco-y, but not really like a heavy tobacco. It's kind of subtle, like in between the lavender smell, which gives it a very nice smell overall and a really classical smell. Just like how the bottle looks, it's really kind of classical. Performance overall on this is about 7 to 8 hours. It does do quite well in projection. Not really heavy, but you know, decent projection. And it's a pretty cheap cologne to have, and that's Versace Dreamer at number 3. My number 2 is Gucci Guilty Intense. Gucci Guilty Intense has this nice, mysterious kind of smell. It smells like a little bit of lavender with a little bit of kind of this darkness kind of side, and a little bit of a fresh kind of side. So it has everything really in it, and when you smell it, it kind of smells mysterious because you're like, what am I smelling? But when I looked up the notes, it did have lavender in there. The more I smelled it, I was like, okay, I can see a little bit of lavender in here. What I like about Gucci Guilty Intense is that it has all this complexity, and it's a pretty cheap fragrance. To be honest, it kind of does smell a little bit synthetic when you first spray it on, but then it dries down, and throughout the spray it kind of just has this nice, mysterious kind of vibe that you don't know what you're smelling, but it smells really good. Overall, get about 6 to 7 hours of performance, so a pretty average kind of performance. Projection isn't very good. That's Gucci Guilty Intense mysterious lavender smelling fragrance at my number 2 spot. My number 1 spot is Salvatore Ferragamo F Black. This one has a nice peppery lavender smell that at first, when I first bought this, the reason why I didn't really like it when I first bought it is because people were telling me it smells like La Nuit de l'Homme. When I tried it, I was like, no way does this smell like La Nuit de l'Homme. And then that's what kind of threw me off. But now, when I haven't used it for a month or two, then I come back to it, I'm like, I actually like this one because it's a pretty nice fragrance. It has this, again, this nice lavender with pepper and a little bit of this mature kind of masculine vibe. And it can be synthetic once you spray it and you get used to it. But once you get, you know, used to it and stuff, you use it more and more, kind of like it, and it doesn't appear as synthetic as how it did when you first sprayed it on. Overall, I do really enjoy it. It has this nice spicy kind of vibe. It has a nice lavender, clean, and also has a nice masculine vibe. All of these combined, they all equal this great fragrance, Salvatore Ferragamo F Black, and also a pretty good cheapie. And I just realized this whole list is pretty cheap, to be honest. But anyways, they smell good. To be honest, these might be the only lavender fragrances I'll ever have, you know, that have top notes of lavender. Because I don't really like lavender, I mean, these to me smell pretty good. And if you're somebody that doesn't really like lavender in a fragrance, you might like these ones because they have a little bit of lavender, but with something else. And it's not just lavender that's taken over. For example, like Versace Dreamer has tobacco and lavender. Gucci Guilty has this nice vanilla and lavender, and then this one has this pepper lavender. That's it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below if you did, and peace.